Today, I want to talk about the many exceptions to obtaining a search warrant. In general, there are three main exceptions for an officer having to obtain a warrant to search you: the home, in public, and in your vehicle. We'll start with the home. Generally, the home is the most protected of these three venues still, even with all of the exceptions to the search warrant. Now, there are a couple big exceptions. If an officer believes there are exigent circumstances to enter your home, he can enter without a warrant. If he's pursuing a fleeing felon, he can enter without a warrant. Also, if he were to see something illegal, see items of contraband that he wanted to seize in plain view, so that means even looking in your window and seeing, let's say, drug paraphernalia, he could enter your home and seize those things he found in plain view. Now, that doesn't necessarily justify a full search of the home, but he could take that information back, create a search warrant with that information, and then enter your home. The other exceptions to the home when it comes to search warrants really have more to do with what's around your home instead of what's in it. They can enter the open fields around the house and search there. They can also look into abandoned property. The most common example of this is your garbage. Once it's out on the street, you have abandoned it, and they can search through that as well. But those are the large exceptions we have to the warrant requirement when it comes to your house. When can an officer search you in public without a warrant? Well, when he has reasonable suspicion that you have committed, will commit, or are about to commit a criminal act, he can detain you and pat you down over your clothes to search for weapons. The big exception to search without a warrant in public, though, is when you've been placed under arrest. If he develops probable cause that you've committed an offense, he can place you under arrest on site. At that point, he can search you in entirety because this is what we call a search incident to arrest. He'll inventory what you have on you, and if one of those things includes some sort of evidence of crime or illegal narcotic or something to that effect, then that could subject you to further charges. Finally, when can an officer search your vehicle without a search warrant? Actually, this is the biggest exception to the warrant requirement because anytime he develops probable cause for search, he can search your car without ever having to seek a warrant. In practice, and in my experience as a prosecutor, the biggest exception to search, either in your home, on your person, or in your vehicle, is your own consent. An officer doesn't need reasonable suspicion, he doesn't need probable cause to ask you to consent to search. If you voluntarily consent, that will always override the warrant requirement. So, don't consent to a search until you've discussed it with your attorney.